All right, everyone, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down one of the most fundamental concepts in Arabic grammar, and that is the Mudari verb.
Okay, let's dive right in. So, unlike the past tense, or mazi, which is for an action that's already done and dusted, the Mudari tense is this really clever, efficient form that actually covers both the present and the future. It's like a 2-for-1 deal for any action that's happening now or is going to happen later.
So here's our game plan. We're going to tackle this in 4 clear steps. We'll start with the basics, then look at all the verb conjugations, and then, this is the best part, we'll show you the patterns that make mastering this whole thing so much easier.
All right, first up, let's build a solid foundation by defining exactly what we're working with here.
So here's the crucial point to remember. A single Mudari verb can mean he does or he will do. It all depends on the context of the sentence, which almost always makes the meaning perfectly clear.
Okay, now we're going to look at the full set of 14 forms. And I know, don't be intimidated. Think of this as looking at the complete map of a new city. We need to see the whole layout before we can find all the awesome shortcuts.
And here it is, the whole shebang. This table shows every single possible conjugation, all organized by who you're talking about, from he and she all the way down to I and we. It's all there.
Now, what's really interesting here is how these 4 little letters, ya, ta, Alif, and Nun, act like signals. They're prefixes that tell you right away who the subject of the verb is. It's like a built-in clue at the very start of the word.
All right, let's get to the most important part of this whole thing. This is where we turn that big table of 14 forms into 5 simple, totally memorable patterns. These are the cheat codes.
Okay, our first pattern covers 5 different forms. They're all singular, and as you can see, they all share that same exact alu sound at the end. Once you hear that pattern, you'll start recognizing it everywhere. Now this is brilliant. This is how Arabic handles the dual form. The ani suffix is your clear, unmistakable signal that exactly 2 people are the subject. No more, no less. It's super specific.
For masculine plurals, the key sound you're listening for is una. It's that simple. If you hear that, you know we're talking about a group of guys, whether it's they or you all.
And for the feminine plurals, the pattern just shifts to this really crisp na ending. It's the perfect contrast to the masculine ona, and it clearly marks the group as female. And finally, we have this one special case, defalina. It's a pattern of 1. This form is totally unique and is dedicated solely to addressing a single female person directly.
Okay, so now that we have the patterns down, let's look at how we can slightly tweak these verbs to change their meaning just a little bit.
So, while all those conjugations and endings we just learned stay the same, the vowel in the middle of the core verb can vary. This gives us these 3 slightly different sounding patterns, or weights.
So, if you want to be absolutely crystal clear that you're talking about the future and not the present, all you have to do is add sa to the beginning of the verb. It's that easy. And to make a Mudari verb negative? Well, the most common way is just as simple. You just place la right before it. Done.
Now, creating the passive voice, so changing he does to it is done, involves this really simple and super consistent sound shift right at the beginning of the verb.
And this table just illustrates it perfectly. Look how the first vowel sound in the active column shifts from a or I to a u in the passive column. It happens every single time. It's a predictable rule, which is exactly what we want.
So there you have it. This is your complete toolkit for tackling any Mudari verb you come across. Check the prefix, listen for the suffix, and keep those 5 master patterns in your head. It's a system, and now you know how it works. Well, the crucial point here is that you're no longer just trying to memorize a bunch of random words. You're actually recognizing a system. You're seeing the logic behind it, and that unlocks a much, much deeper level of understanding of the language.